ever seen. Ha!
Been talking, and the we've been talking with the sound not going on. I apologize.
What?
I was trying to activate the remote here, but it didn't want to do it. So, but we're live now.
Folks. We're live now.
Welcome everyone to the Ravens Flock. Yeah.
Yes, welcome to the Ravens Flock. We're live on YouTube and we're live on Twitch TV. If you're watching right now, hit subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay up to date on all our media content. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them while we're live for 90 minutes.
We're here until 9 p.m. Eastern Time. For the love of God, humor us, entertain us.
Okay,
we're here for you, and you're here for us. No,
It smells like Teen Spirit somewhere.
Yeah, come on, man. We got to be better than that.
No,
Better my
let's be
ass.
the worst we can be. We are like Team Rocket. We are the best of the worst. In the deepest, dankest pile of garbage you can find, there is a glorious golden nugget of gold, and then next to that is us.
Yeah,
I like Jesse. Jesse's awesome.
and James.
This is cool.
James too.
And all of Team Rocket is
All of
awesome.
Team Rocket's cool. Even Wobba Fett.
Even a little Wobba Fett.
Wobba Fett deserves a lot of that.
Flaming Moltres.
But anyway, so last week you did miss a lot, Angel. We did talk about a lot of awesome, cool nerd stuff. But the most popular one that we talked about, the one that we got the most comments for, was the purchase of the XFL by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
It's no.
Why, he just bought the whole thing?
He just bought the whole thing for
Bought
the
the whole
franchise.
thing for $15 million along with another partner.
No, like his and get this, get a load of this. The partner that he's working with is a production company that works with like sports events and documentaries and stuff, headed by his ex-wife. So not only is no, this is hysterical because they have an incredible working relationship and they know each other well and they have like zero hard fucking feelings.
That's
Can you
awfully
fucking
nice,
believe that?
actually.
That's
So what?
insane.
He just bought an entire entertainment studio, just like mine now.
He bought an entire football league, and it's his. And apparently, like I'm just going to talk about it briefly. Apparently, Fox is interested in featuring the XFL on their programming.
Wow. So even
The
if the
Rock
acting
is-
doesn't work, even if he retires from wrestling, he's pretty much set for life.
The Rock is like the best, number one best human being on the planet.
Like, what the
Damn.
fuck? People are already
You know what?
putting it up as a meme, like, okay, he has an excellent working relationship with his ex-wife.
Wow.
The two of them together bought Vince McMahon's failure of a football league that failed twice, once because he was shit at it and second because of COVID. And he bought it for $15 million. And it's going to be picked up by Showtime and Fox TV.
Jesus.
This guy managed to freaking get all this done, and he can retire now and never have to work again. And people are saying, like, okay, if this guy doesn't somehow become president and actually properly bring about world peace, that would be hysterical. Like, we don't
He's
know
just
what to
going to go find the terrorists and body slam every single one of them
No, not
into
even.
extinction.
Not even. He would simply cut one of his legendary promos. He'd be looking straight in the eye. So ISIS, we hear you running your mouth. You saying that Islam is the greatest religion of all time. Well, The Rock says this. How about you take your psychotic, depraved, and twisted deformity that you call Islam, which doesn't have anything to do with the real Islam, because Islam is a message of peace, is a message of enlightenment, is a message
Oh,
of promise
man.
for greater truth, and that is something that you do not represent. So ISIS, why don't you take your depraved sons of bitch motherfucking religion, turn that son bitch sideways, and stick it straight up your candy ass! Woo! There! That's for free. You can have that. Rock the Dwayne Johnson. I wish that you'd send me money for it, but it ain't gonna happen.
Angel, one
For his next magical trick, he's going to troll MC by getting ice cream bars with his name on them.
Now, Angel, I know you're not the biggest sports fan, but I saw a clip of the Tampa Bay Vipers, one of the football teams of XFL, playing on an XFL game, and I actually had fun watching it.
Fun was had,
Was had.
and it was allowed. Can you
How much
believe
you wanna
that?
bet? How much you wanna bet that now that The Rock has them, they suddenly are gonna start winning games?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like his sheer charisma and all-encompassing charm will somehow make them better by virtue of believing in them hard enough.
Oh, get on.
I would not be surprised.
Okay, on our YouTube chat, Geeks 5 Ever are on the scene. They are saying, "Hi, I'm here again." The XFL purchase will be denied or approved on the 25th of this month. He is set to
Oh.
purchase, but it still needs government approval. The other investors feel he isn't paying enough and should pay more. Are you kidding me? You're gonna give The Rock the hardball freaking problems? No, shut up, man.
No,
Come
no,
on.
The Rock's got this. He's got this, man. And you know, I have high hopes. Juan has high hopes. Angel, I'm sure you got high hopes.
Honestly, I would just like to see The Rock succeed. He seems like a very charming and nice fellow, and he's one of the few people in the Wrestling Federation whose, like, personal life is in a complete goddamn disaster or isn't looking close to killing himself.
That's because he's not a wrestler anymore. He's an actor, and he's
I kinda-
a fun Hollywood actor.
Also,
He's the
plays the same
Hawaiian
role every
version of
time.
Keanu Reeves.
Also,
Kinda.
he has a passion for football. Before all of this, he started off with football.
Yep. Oh, what do you call it?
He can
Oh,
also sing pretty damn good.
Oh, Geeks 5 Ever was over here saying, "Oh, you forgot to say shined it up real nice before we turned that sumbitch sideways and sing it." Yes. I'm
See,
not
we
perfect.
forget details like
I'm
that.
not
That's
Rock
why we're
the
not
Dwayne
allowed to
Johnson.
cut promos.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay. All right.
Unfortunately, that was last week's news, and this week, I'm afraid, we're going to have to take a turn down south.
Oh boy, what the hell happened now?
I read earlier this week that apparently Busch Gardens of Tampa Bay, for the local audience watching, Busch Gardens of Tampa Bay has announced that this year that they're bringing back their spooky edition of Hallow Scream for the entire month of October.
They're reopening for Hallow Scream. They're keeping everything shut down, but they're saying, "Oh no, it's in October. It'll be okay because everyone will be spooky and the virus will be scared." Ooh.
Okay, let's see if I heard this before.
Yeah.
An important public event that
Uh-huh.
should be closed under the case of a virus that is killing people on the streets has decided that, for the sake of profits, they are going to remain open during the time of extreme traffic, despite the fact that the virus is... Boy, Holiday, where the hell did I hear this before, folks?
Yeah.
I don't know you, but I'm gonna have a hard time being scared of Jason Voorhees when he comes at me with his mask on. I'll be like, "Oh wow, buddy, you're actually keeping clear. Thank you so much." And then he's gonna shove a chainsaw in my gun. I'll be like, "You gotta work on your social distance."
Like, dude, you were fine until you disemboweled me. What the fuck?
Come on, man. Of all the horror monsters, you were doing a good job, bruh.
Like, we believed in you, Jason.
Now,
Faith.
Now, according to an article from the Tampa Bay Times, which was earlier this week, let's see, the Halloween event will focus in open-air scare zones. Both guests and performers will be wearing face masks for the entire season.
Can you imagine wearing those costumes with a mask on top? Like, that's like 40% less oxygen into your body, basically.
No, like that's not even it. Is it more like unless the face mask is part of the costume aesthetically, it'll just look wildly out of place. You got this horrible zombie with, like, I don't know if they don't provide the mask, like someone will get their own custom Hello Kitty mask or whatever on.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean? Like, unless it's like you have it like, oh, let's actually marketize the pandemic and get these guys all out of like experimental quarantine hospital Dawn of the Dead bullshit and actually have them out as horrible like concoctions of creatures with masks on, or have the mask built into like their latex or whatever.
Yeah.
That way it looks like their like their mouth. It looks like it's part of their face.
More information.
They can fucking do it.
More information from this article. The creative production team has been consulting with medical experts and has modified this year's event's content with a focus on open-air scare zones and entertainment, as well as enhanced health and safety measures, while staying true to the core of the favorite experience.
Angel, you were saying?
Oh, no, this is just another disaster waiting for happening.
Oh, that.
What? Because we've seen, guys, it's been
1 week since you looked at me.
seven.
Sorry, mnemonic
Oh,
response.
Corona saying that you do drop dead.
Sorry.
Go on, Angel, please.
It has been 7.5 months since we've been saying this. And we have seen this event repeat itself again and again and again. Either you're going to get very low subpar attendance, or someone's going to get sick.
Okay, without mentioning any personal names, on my Facebook feed, I am friends with a lot of attendees who went to Howl-O-Scream and performers who worked during Howl-O-Scream over the years. They have all basically said the same thing. They will not be going. They have condemned Busch Gardens for holding it this year. And, yeah, that's basically it. Like, it's basically a landslide. It's unanimous. They're not going, and they don't think that it's a good idea. And kudos to the performers.
Mind you, we don't know how much money Busch Garden is losing that they will be desperate enough to do something like this, but it just doesn't feel worth the time or the effort, man.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Like, at this point, it just feels like an act of desperation. It feels like an act of ignorance. Like,
Feels like Disney.
Like, I know you love to profess you sleep capitalism and shit, Angel, but there comes a point where capitalism doesn't pay, and it can't pay if you don't have
live bodies with cash.
It don't matter. It's
That's
a big
so-
business. They need to make executive decisions.
Yeah, it appears that once again we're seeing the effects of a virus that seems to be genetically designed to uproot the source of entertainment that very much regulates to most of the United States, which is lots of people in a cramped space, which is all well and good until suddenly you can't do it anymore. And oh shit, we gotta find a way to make money.
Yeah, no, it's
I'm just saying, if they open this and somebody goes there and somebody gets sick because they opened this, I don't know if they can survive the lawsuits.
Yep.
In other news, Disney still hemorrhaging cash.
Surprise. The
I'm not
separate ticket
Fixing
event-
it away.
The separate ticket event will be held 18 nights after the park closures from September 25th to November 1st. Tickets are ranging between $29.99 to $44.99 at hallowstream.com.
I got no love for anyone at this point who wants to try and argue any fucking case of this. I'm sorry, but as someone who actually lost their job legitimately because of the damn virus, and I can plainly say, no, I'm sorry. If you want to keep business open, you've got to be smart, and you've got to like do it in a way where you can't like actively, openly risk the lives of your customer base. It's not worth it, man.
I'm sorry, in a theme park where there's a lot of people that's going to be running around doing stuff, especially during Halloween for Hallowstream, you cannot guarantee the health and safety of every attendee and performer.
At night, with this temperature, in a stuffed dog costume, and the risk of rain ever so increasing due to our ever so illustrious hurricane season, yeah.
Like, one minor reminder over here, one thing I need to ask, Angel, usually when it comes to these, like, after dark events at these theme parks, don't they usually crank up the crunk and allow for open beverages as well? It's
yes.
Busch Gardens, right? Anheuser-Busch.
I know.
That's
You wanna
right.
know how I know? Because back when I used to go to Hallowstream, I would crank up the crunk.
So guess what? It is no longer happy hour, it is plague hour. And everybody's invited. No, seriously, what the fuck?
Yay!
That being said, no. Back to the earlier statement. Obviously, we're not going to be going, and we, just as the rest of the people, just as the majority, we condemn Busch Gardens of Tampa Bay holding Hallowstream this year.
We're trying to be positive in this shit. We're trying like crazy to not be assholes, but these guys are being bigger assholes. What the fuck are we supposed to do?
The buttholes have increased in curve rates in our direction. You know what this strikes me of? You guys remember the phrase, too big to fail?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's what we're getting here. These businesses have run for decades on demand of, no matter how bad shit gets, people will want to go to parks. People want to go outside. People want to go to Disney World. And based on that idea alone, these businesses have lasted because they offer a service that will always have demand. But now we are reaching a point where the demand has been forcefully cut off. They encounter the problem that they never expected. This is not the Titanic hit the iceberg. This is the Titanic ran out of gas.
You're not wrong, Angel.
What the fuck do we do now? We're going to take some passengers and throw them in the furnace. I mean, it's like Black Dynamite, like that episode of Black Dynamite. It's like, okay, you know what? We got to fuel this train, throw some people in there. We're running out of fuel. Get this guy who's covered in diamonds, because diamonds are technically coal, and just toss his ass in the furnace.
Oh my god, I don't remember that.
Oh God!
It worked.
It was in fuel.
Yeah, no.
So that's basically what's happening. The big ship is running out of fuel, and because they ain't got no coal in the furnace, they are grabbing the people that bring you the coal and tossing them in the furnace. If a few of them burn hot enough, we can afford to make it the rest of the way there.
If those sons of bitches are that desperate to hold Hallowstream this year, don't be surprised if they make any announcements about bringing back Christmas Town for December.
No! I'm not doing it. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to risk it. You ain't going to risk it. None of us is going to fucking risk it.
I don't even go out during Christmas. You just gave me another reason to stay home and dine with the family. I ain't got no problems with that.
But wait!
There's
more!
Now, on the other side of the entertainment industries, AMC Theaters is reopening all their theaters next week with 15-cent ticket prices. And this was an article from CNN on August 13th. The world's largest movie theater chain will reopen more than 100 U.S. theaters on August 20th. The company said on Thursday, in order to commemorate its centennial, AMC is offering movies in 2020 at the year 1920 prices on opening day. That's 15 cents a ticket.
Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, alright, okay.
Really?
You're hearing all of this correct, and I still don't fucking get it. Okay, now on the one hand, let's assume.
This is one day only.
No, let's pretend for the sake of argument that we didn't have a coronavirus happening and things were going swimmingly and we wouldn't have to worry about any of this shit, that everything would be peaches and cream, right? It'd be nice to be able to go to the theaters for 15 cents a ticket, wouldn't you think? Wouldn't you agree?
I wouldn't mind grabbing down some oversized snacks for that one.
Yeah, exactly. Like they make their money more on the concessions than they do on the actual ticket prices. They charge $20 a goddamn ticket, namely because half of it has to go to the theaters themselves for their operation. The rest has to go to the production studios, to the film studios. Yada yada. You get that. So 15 cents per ticket. Like if they were operating normally, they'd be operating at a loss for that, so it wouldn't really hurt them.
No.
It's only one day too, so it shouldn't matter that much for the boxes.
However,
Go on.
right now we are operating on a goddamn pandemic, meaning that if they're trying to open with 15-cent tickets, they will not only be operating at a loss, they will be actively losing money that way.
Yes.
Because
AMC added that it expects to open 2/3 of more than 600 U.S. theater locations by the time Christopher Nolan's thriller Tenet hits theaters on September 3rd. AMC's
Question.
other U.S.
Hold on.
Hang on.
Angel's got a question.
All right.
Is there even anything worth watching right now?
Apparently, Jose was just saying that on September 3rd, Christopher Nolan's Tenet is going to debut in theaters.
Yeah, okay, I guess.
AMC's other U.S. theaters will open only after authorized to do so by state and local officials, according to the company. It's implementing new safety and health measures to help keep moviegoers safe and curb the spread of the coronavirus. That includes requiring all guests to wear masks, lowering theater capacity, and upgrading ventilation systems.
So we're gonna have to sit like 3 or 4 chairs away from each other, basically.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. The minimum distance for social distancing, if I'm not mistaken, is
6 feet. So, like, that's what? Each one of those big bucket chairs is like, what, approximately 2 3 feet wide, right? So
Give or
everyone would
take,
have to sit 2 seats apart from each other.
Yeah, it has to be 2 or 3 seats. We've been to AMC theaters more times to know that.
I suppose as far as gimmicks go, this one is a relatively harmless one. As long as you enforce the distance, theater rooms are fairly big and well ventilated, and as long as everybody's wearing a mask. Honestly, as far as all the gimmicks go to keep shit running, this one seems to be the most harmless one of them all. If only because they seem to be taking some proper precautions.
Yeah, and
Only
we
for
also,
that.
and we got to remember especially at like the theaters like the ones in our neighborhood, AMC, Veterans 20 whatever. Like they've got their theaters seating like pre-selected, so they'll X out the seats that we're not allowed to sit in or whatever. So they can do that. The question is, if they try to do this at 15 cents a seat, is that gonna like be enough to like get people to come in, or will they just be operating at a bigger loss than if they were just staying closed?
I guarantee you will get at least some people to come in, if only for having a possibility of safely being able to enjoy the theater experience without dropping dead from the blood lungs. I think at least some people will go and try to enjoy themselves. Not too many, I'm guessing, because let's be honest, if you're not a Marvel movie, you're not dominating the box office anytime soon. Isn't it funny? The second the Marvel shenanigans ended, this shit happened, thus ensuring that they have remained dominant in the box office forever.
No, that's not.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine a world where the cinematic universe of the United States of America ended with Sonic the goddamn Hedgehog?
I know,
And it was good.
Wait a minute, you mentioned this before.
Like,
I know, it's hilarious.
But it is hysterical. It's pretty messed up. Like, we were supposed to have the freaking Trolls World Tour movie, and that went direct to digital. Like, that was easy. Like, hey, mommy, daddy, let's buy my attention for 2 hours and spend $50.
Black Widow was supposed to come out in May.
Right, it was supposed to freaking come out already. We were supposed to get the Black Widow movie.
Damn it.
Mulan was supposed to come out. Like, assuming there wasn't any more...
The loss of Scarlett Johansson's bizarre adventure is the one thing that hurts me most than anything else about it.
I know, it's such a godless waste, man.
So, from a financial standpoint, yes, they're not going to be making as much money, but at least they're trying to keep their business open and at the same time ensure the safety of the attendees and the staff. They have the facilities, they have the tools, They basically have the means to do so.
Of all the things that could go wrong, this one has the least amount of things that could go wrong. So I'll say, hey, yeah, sure, go for it. Of course, I guarantee you there's going to be at least one case of some crazy motherfucker screaming at the ticket booth that this is America!
This is
don't have to wear a mask!
stupid. How dare you make me wear a mask and I'm going to...
Yeah, because we forget, there's still a population
of stupid fucking people. Oh,
That's
my
okay,
God.
they'll die soon too.
Yeah.
I don't want to wish death on anyone. I wish them geese is what I wish.
I'll have more pity and compassion if my phone dies over these idiots.
No, see, I don't have any pity for them because if they get sick, that means they're going to go to the hospital. And they're going to take time away from doctors and nurses who are risking their lives and their existence to save people who actually deserve to be saved. Because, I don't know, being a mere human being myself with all my flaws and difficulties and platitudes, I have no right to play judge, jury, and executioner. But if you got sick because you purposely went out of your way to get sick, you don't deserve to waste the doctor's time. You don't deserve the courtesy of bad manners. You deserve a hole in the dirt. The maggots will be proper company for the likes of you.
Hey, we totally
I got no problems. I got no problems with that. It's just I still got like a sense of like human empathy. On the one hand, like I got no pity for these assholes, but I just feel like if only they'd listen. It's a damn shame. It's more like
educate themselves.
It's more like I feel bad for the fact that they're so dumb that they don't want to save themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Is your microphone okay, Juan? You're sounding like...
Hang on.
It's sounding way louder than normal.
Okay, I'm louder?
Like extremely louder compared to everyone else.
Oh,
What about
sorry.
me? How am I sounding?
No, you're sounding great. It's Juan that is like sounding so
How's
loud
this?
it's creating too much. It's creating like a static feedback or something
Juan, I
going
think
on.
your empathy is over.
No, I know what it is. Hang on.
Anyways, folks, while he's in the middle of fixing his microphone, folks, if you are watching, leave a comment. Give us your thoughts about the opening of Halloween
no,
this
still
year,
there.
and also your thoughts of AMC Theaters opening on August 20th for 15 cents a ticket. Are you going to be going? Do you have any questions or anything like that? Drop your questions in the comments right now.
Personally, I don't think I'll be going, mainly because I don't really have anything to watch, but I give them props for being smart enough to actually holding things together a little bit. If nothing else, at least they're smart enough to plan around this kind of crap instead of just open it, casting a wide net, and hoping that shit goes great.
How about now? Better?
No, still sounds exactly the same. You know what? I'll leave you to look at the recording yourself so you can tell me what's going on there. You know technician stuff better than I do. I can hear you just fine. There's just this like bizarre static echo coming off you.
I know what it is. Do you want to know what it is?
What is it?
It's probably the fact that we have you coming in through the speakers, and we're also using the sound of the speaker system to transmit your sound on the stream. So
there it is.
So that's probably it.
It's fine. I can still
can't-
understand you more or less.
Yeah, we can't do anything about that. It's unavoidable at this point.
Don't worry about it. It's cool. It's cool.
I do have one little piece of something good that I want to spread. Something that is, I know it's meaningful to me. I know you guys haven't had the proper chance to make acquaintance with the guys, but today, on this glorious day, on the 8th month, upon the 15th day, in the year of our Lord 2020, our main man, a friend of the Ravens flock, the sainted lord and ruler of the popcorn planet, Mr. Andy Signor, has turned 41 today.
Congratulations, my man.
Hey,
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna step out for just a moment. I'll let you and Jose talk about the guy. If you want to say anything silly or crazy, I'm gonna go get a drink, and we'll all have a toast over here.
Yeah, go ahead.
No problem.
Do me a favor. Pull my Dr. Pepper out of the fridge, please. Anyways, so while Juan's out there getting a drink, yeah, no, I agree with you, Angel. Since there's nothing hot going on right now, nothing coming into the theaters that grabs my interest, I'm not going to be going to AMC Theaters anytime soon. And if I want to watch something cool, we obviously have our tools at home. There's Disney Plus, there's Netflix, there's Crunchyroll for all those anime weebs out there who want to watch anime. Angel.
Funny you mentioned that, but I wait until Juan gets here so we can jump into that particular topic.
Okay.
In the meantime, though, I am glad that Mr. Popcorn Planet Man is getting to actually get on his ears and work a little closer with us. I sadly haven't had a chance to join you guys for a podcast yet, but
Same.
I am really starting to love this channel. It's nice to know that we're not the only ones calling out the bullshit going down in the media world out there, you know?
Oh yeah,
Feels
no. I'd like to believe that there are others just like us. Probably with
Yeah,
more
they're just more famous and have more subscribers and are better looking.
Hey, I happen to be a paragon of sexy manliness. Thank you very much.
Well, see, that's the problem, though. I'm ugly as sin, so by default, my presence here turns down your natural charisma by like 60%.
You undervalued motherfucker!
Sorry, brah, I am like a stain of crude oil, useful for fuel, but bad for everything else.
You make great value products at Walmart seem more
Valuable.
I walk by a shelf, all the products automatically become discount items.
Oh god.
So
I touch the bread, it becomes pan.
Screw this. I don't need to hear this from you. I've got the cream soda Dr. Pepper.
Well, I got kind of like baby's Bloody Mary, so I'll have
and
to...
I've got like soda and rum over here. So
Cuba Libre.
yes, exactly. So upon this, I hereby wish to offer a toast to our man, Mr. Andy Signor, and all his colleagues at Popcorn Planet. Andy, here's to you. Many safe returns. You've been through some shit, but you turned that chicken shit into chicken salad, and boy, oh boy, does that taste good.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, man. From the Ravens Flock. Thank you.
Cheers, my dude.
For he's a jolly good fucker, for he's a jolly good fucker,
Hey, I'm not singing.
for he's a jolly good fucker, which nobody can deny.
Deny.
Alright,
So,
whatever.
as we were talking just a few moments ago, me and Joe were discussing the fact that, hey, ultimately, while we don't need to go to the theater, it's mostly because there's a lot of streaming services and just services in general available for everybody who wants to watch the TV. You want to watch movies? We got your Netflix. You want to watch telenovelas? We got your Spanish packages. You want to watch anime? Well, you got Netflix for that. You got Crunchyroll, and you got Funimation, and you got Kiss. Oh, wait.
Actually, we were going to go ahead and bring that up on the third
Let's
segment.
bring it up on the third segment. Hold that. But there was other information that you shared with us recently.
Yes.
I believe
So we got-
that a certain bomb needs to be dropped.
Oh boy.
Yes.
He's
Actually,
having metaphorical pipe bombs, folks.
I actually have 3 little pieces of information for you.
All right,
They're
what's
different
first?
things, but they all have to do with the world of gaming.
Well, let's first start with the bomb. And honestly, this is the point where we got to turn our attention to Angel here, since we have very limited knowledge of what do they call the GiantBomb?
Yes. So, the nice folks at the GiantBomb website dropped a little bit of information myself regarding the development team of the Assassin's Creed Valhalla series, and just the Assassin's Creed series in general. For those of you who don't know, the Assassin's Creed series has come down to some serious criticism lately, mainly because after the most, let's see, there has been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 installments, one right after the other. 1 and 2, pretty good. 3, no one cared. 4, Pirates of the Caribbean. Long story short, it is suffering from a severe case of we gotta release 1 game per year, and as a result, the team just doesn't have time to sit down and refresh. As a result, the most recent one, Odyssey, what it was considered to be a fairly good game on its own, draws some heavy criticism under the fact that it's basically an action RPG now. Imagine an assassination game where instead of assassinating somebody, you stab them in the back, and what you see is a fucking number pop out, and they're still not dead.
Jesus.
Now, I'm not saying the game is bad. By all means, it plays just fine, but it suffers from a severe amount of bloating, excessive side quests, and just RPG trash that just doesn't belong in an Assassin's Creed video game. When you play a game about assassinating people, when you assassinate a motherfucker, you want to assassinate. You don't stab somebody 3 times in the jugular just to see the number 78 pop out and they're still willing to... That's not how that works. But anyway, what I'm getting at here is the fact that recently, the series has been getting controversy for that, and the fact that they are claiming to go for historical accuracy, but then they purposely fuck up their own history for the sake of equality. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fact that one of the fervent speakers of that equality, supposedly self-proclaimed feminist, director of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Ashraf Ismail, has just recently been fired following the confirmation of the allegations of the fact that he was cheating on his wife. Now, cheating on your wife, while being an extremely bad thing to do, is personal matters. It shouldn't interfere with your career. But here's where the shit gets good. Apparently, this fellow has been using his career and connections to essentially fuck the groupies.
Are you freaking kidding me?
He's been getting to the point that he's been dropping plots, information, leaking script. He's basically using his position in the company to get free poontang.
So they fired him.
Yeah, this broke about 12 hours ago or so.
Has there been anything else? Any legal action, investigation on this guy, or?
None whatsoever. Apparently, from what I understand, he didn't commit any actual sex crimes. The sex was entirely consensual, supposedly. But that doesn't change the fact that this man was using his position. Essentially, he was sitting pretty on his leather chair while getting some action under the desk.
My.
And the company was like,
What?
no, get out. Oh, and he ruined his marriage, so there's that.
Oh yeah, there's that too. Jesus Christ! On all accounts, this guy sank faster than the Titanic.
Okay.
He's also a hypocrite.
I was originally drinking in celebration. Now I'm going to drink in disfucking-belief. I hope you're proud of yourself. But then again, this is rum. If you have a victory, you drink your rum. If you don't have a victory, you still drink your rum.
As we see here, our friend Juan is consuming the cause and solution to most of life's problems.
I allow it. I do not condemn nor condone anyone who has to consume alcohol, who wants to consume alcohol.
Now,
Excuse me.
this tomato is pretty good, but it tastes a little salty. Now let me talk to you about salt.
Oh, no.
Talk to you about Twitch. Let me talk to you about thoughts.
Whoa, hold on.
Okay.
Let me see if our stream is still live. Because, okay.
Because you and I, we've talked about thoughts so many times that I've lost count about how many times you brought it up.
Okay, for the record, we are still live on Twitch, and I'm switching our screen over so we can watch the Twitch stream and see how long it takes for someone to go ahead and say, oh, wait, no, they're talking about our bays, our booze, our bebes, our bitches. It's fine, you say. He says it's fine.
He thinks that we're not going to get slammed by a bunch of thoughtless idiots.
No,
Ha!
simps do not exist in this atmosphere. This is a sausage.
So, on this subject of thoughts on Twitch, please, for the billionth... Go on.
As you know, recently, Pokimane came under some fire when he was surprise, this semi-attractive girl streaming as a boyfriend. It caused so much pain and suffering and delicious, tasty salt. Now, a very controversial streamer by the name of Dr. Disrespect decided that now it was time to start fucking with people. So he made a single post. He typed, Pokimane, 2 out of 10.
Pokemon.
No, her name is Pokimane. N-A-N-E is a...
It resulted in a glorious avalanche of salt. Remember, he didn't post anything except 2 out of 10, but the fact that 99% of the people who complain about it were referring to her looks should tell you the reason why they watch it.
Oh.
Turns out that the man apparently is beyond troll. That man has achieved what can only be described as galaxy brain intellect, because that motherfucker had one of Pokimane's mod on payroll for months, and he used it to sneak into her chat and find a list of all the banned words. These are the words of her Discord. Get you banned immediately. Are you motherfuckers ready for this?
Yes.
You know what? Go ahead. All right, and for the record, ladies and gentlemen, and non-binary folks, friends of the flock, all we're doing is listing the words that are banned from Pokimane's Twitch stream. We're not calling anyone these words. We're simply listing them off. By all means, Angel, fire away. Hit me with your best shot.
Go.
Poki is ugly. Banned. 2 out of 10. Banned. Simp. Banned. Every incarnation of the N-word. Banned.
Well, yeah, that's kind of natural, but sure.
Yeah, go on.
Gundam, as in the YouTuber It's a Gundam, who's been talking shit about her for a while. Banned. Hypocritical. Banned. Leafy, notorious YouTuber. Banned. Pokimane trash. Pokimane is trash. Fuck Pokimane. Tier 3. Pokimane sucks. Faggots.
Whoa, yeah.
An entire YouTube URL. I don't know what that is. Content Fallout. Another YouTube URL. Keemstar. The other YouTuber who does shit.
Okay, for the record, Keemstar is a goddamn little gnome goblin. It's okay to ban him. I mean, he's crap.
Keep going. Another YouTube URL. Has a boyfriend.
Ha!
Content Fallout. Banned. Leafy, Lifey, Leofy, any incarnation of the word Leafy. Gone. Plant Guy. Gone. Play Pokimane Far Compilation 4K HDR Dolby Digital. Gone. 3 different URLs. More URLs. Boy on top. Has a boyfriend. Has a BF.
Oh my god.
Diss track. BF. Boyfriend. Leafy again. Leafy and reptiles.
How far into the list are we on so far?
Is that the whole list?
That's it. That's the whole list.
Oh my god.
Okay, I can personally excuse like banning the N-word because okay, that doesn't belong on a public stream. That's fine.
Right.
And banning Keemstar because he's a piece of shit human being to begin with.
Right.
I got nothing but no respect for the guy. He may be like calling her out on her crap.
Turns out Keemstar was the one who posted the eponymous 2 out of 10 content that started a war.
Oh.
Say what you will about the man, but apparently he has the power to trigger everyone. I can almost respect it. Such a tool.
If he wants to, okay, like
But in this case, of 2 scumbags going at each other, I like this one a little more.
But that doesn't mean that it's a high bar, though. It doesn't mean that they're like on even footing.
No, you don't understand. In this case, Keemstar is genuinely a better person than her. You know why?
Why?
Comme ça.
Because she broke the unspoken rule. The reason why this mess started is because she personally attacked It's a Gundam videos. It's a Gundam made a video criticizing one of her Sims. Not her, one of the Sims, who supposedly spent so much money he went homeless. On her. By the way, Pokemon is rich. Filthy, disgustingly rich.
I'm not surprised.
And
Not surprised.
Gundam himself never said anything bad about her at all. He was talking about the Sim, not her. She still took it as an attack on her person, sent her fan base to attack him, and resulted in him losing one of his sponsors. She outright, more or less, told that she caused him to lose a sponsor. And say what you will, but one of the unspoken rules in YouTube is you can attack whoever you want to, but you don't cause people to lose their sponsors. That is their bread and butter you're screwing with.
Right.
Now, Gundam managed to recover himself quite quickly. He had another sponsor the night. But the point is that she almost left some dude whose hobby is to make Gundam figurines broke because she cannot stand criticism. Consider the fact that the entire... By the way, she saw the video. She saw the entire video. And even though the video doesn't mention her in an offensive capability at all, at no point does she direct its criticism towards her, she still took it personally. This woman has more money than common sense and a skin that is so thin I could pierce it with a glare.
God damn.
You think somebody with that much money would be able to shrug off criticism a lot faster, but
Wasn't there this one stupid thing? Like, I don't remember who it was that he was making fun. Like, I know I go back to Dave Chappelle skits a lot, but there was this one fucking. Oh, I think he was doing a parody of P Diddy, of Sean P Diddy Combs.
Yeah.
They're like criticizing him, and he's like sitting on the couch with a fucking crown on, and like holding himself. Like, oh no! However, will I recover from this? Wads of cash. Rub on his chest, like, oh no! What am I? Like, you would imagine.
Bad boy, baby.
facing that, but completely seriously, this girl cannot take criticism for shit.
Good freaking grief. Okay, I'm sorry. Like I try to keep us above stupid YouTuber and Twitch drama because, like, quite frankly, like
Not about that.
like we're not about that shit. I don't care about stupid Pokemon. She caught them all, as far as I'm concerned, if you know what I mean. But like, yeah, I know that was a low blow, but considering what kind of person this is, I'm pretty sure that's par for the course when it comes to her.
You need to use low blows if you want to reach the low-hanging fruit.
Good point. The real question is, do I want the real low-hanging fruit? The answer is, I don't need it. Like, I don't need it. I don't need the low-hanging fruit. I don't need it for our cloud or whatever.
Somebody else already took a bite out of.
I don't need it. I don't. Like, that's just it. Like, we don't need to stoop to her level of chicanery and bullcrap. We don't need that shit.
People for telling things that- Listen, man, in the internet there's a rule when somebody talks shit about you. Either you ignore it, either you laugh about it, or you get angry. If you get angry, congratulations. They won.
Yep. But if you laugh about it or ignore it, then congratulations, you won.
Don't skin up your nose. You guys notice how many times on the media people scream about cancel this and cancel that and cancel this, and ultimately nothing really gets canceled?
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Because guess what? Words without power are nothing more than that. Words. Oh, and well, here's my last piece of news in the gaming world.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, because I'm not sure if I caught the whole deal with what was happening with these GiantBomb guys. So, like, what was it that?
No, they have nothing to do with it. They're just the people I got the information from, and then I looked up other sources, and they corroborate
Oh, okay. See, I thought that you were talking about that there was actually news going on with them.
No,
Okay.
GiantBomb is still going as far as it is, and I hope that they keep going for a while more. They're one of the few reviews.
Okay.
Their entire philosophy was born out of the fact that the director, Jeff Gerstmann, was supposed to give a good review to Kane and Lynch 2 or GameStop, and they were paid for it, and he's like, no, this game is fucking terrible. And he got fired, and I'm like, a man that gets fired from saying the truth and then goes on to make his own website to tell you the truth is somebody I want to at least give it a chance to listen to.
Alright, see, that makes
For
sense.
the years, they have seldom let me down.
That's some good. That's a good relief. I guess we can count them among the few good sources that we can cite around here. I guess.
Absolutely.
I was over here.
Because they don't edit their videos, so when they play video games, you get the entire raw footage. That means that they can't lie to you about how bad or how good it is.
So they work the way we do then. So they work the way we do.
Yeah, even if they don't play the whole game, which they try most of the time, when they play the video for you and they give you a commentary, that is at the very least honest.
Yeah.
And live with honest.
Yeah, if you only play a game for like 5 or 10 minutes, and if you rage quit and then you try to give your review on the game in its entirety, it really doesn't hold a lot of weight, and it does nothing for your credibility as a journalist.
Indeed.
Exactly. Then again, I have seldom the state to call those people. That's neither here nor there. Let's talk about something far more important than all this.
Please,
Let's
please.
talk about Fortnite for a moment.
Yeah, no, this is actually a good follow-up to what we were trying to talk about last week with Donald Trump putting his ban on TikTok and Fortnite and League of Legends.
You've heard that news.
And, like, oh, if they don't pony up a lot of money, I was over here spinning the long tail, like, okay, he, as part of his deal, like, they have to sell to an American company in 45 days, and there has to be a substantial amount of money sent to the U.S. Treasury.
We get to steal your information.
Exactly. I'm over here like, okay, so it's okay for us to have our information stolen by American companies, but the moment that we have it in foreign hands, then it's a big hullabaloo.
Whoa! Then everyone loses their minds.
You know what? I'm actually agreeing with him on this one because at the very least, the American companies give just enough of a shit to keep it alive because they want me to buy their stuff.
Like, I still say, like, okay, it's goose and, like, for me, it's like, sauce for the goose and sauce for the gander. If you want to be, like, that boned up about our privacy, then let's do it all across the board with our American-based companies, too. If it's really that much of a problem, and it isn't because he actually got trolled successfully by TikTok, he was had by a bunch of TikTokers, and he immediately said China's the problem because he doesn't know how to fucking think straight. Then it ain't coming from an honest place. He's not really worried about our privacy. He ain't worried about like our data, like things.
Stop being so oxymoronic.
Like exactly, like no, come the fuck on. Like that ain't what it's for.
Donald
It's
Trump continues to be the butt end.
We can trust him. We need somebody that is actually that. We need Emperor Zurg to rule the earth.
you know, no, what we really need is
Okay. You fiend! I knew that would get him.
no, what we really need is like I saw this freaking meme on my social media today saying like if you could have one character from one of your favorite fandoms as president, who would it be? Immediately the answer was Uncle Iroh from Avatar.
You know what?
Uncle Iroh. Yeah.
I wouldn't actually put him there because the last thing Uncle Iroh wants
Iroh.
is to
Yeah.
take the position of politics. You know who I would put in his place?
Who?
Hang on, I gotta think about this because there's names talking to my mind. I need to think about this one.
While Angel's thinking about this, Donald Trump, yeah, he could.
I'm thinking to my previous one, Evil Emperor Zurg. I'm not kidding. The man is like a genuinely good boss.
I don't even.
Keep on time,
No.
give you vacation, sick hours, excellent
Yeah,
things,
bet-
amazing typing
bet-
shit. All you gotta do is help him conquer the rest of the galaxy. And let's be honest,
Better.
might as well start doing that. We don't give a shit anymore.
Better.
What?
Doctor Doom. There.
Victor
Easy.
Von Doom.
Victor Von Doom. You know what? He's.
I would not go for Doctor Doom.
Why not? Okay, look.
It is canonical that there is several portions of his land that are just third world shit here. He doesn't care.
Like I've always read it that like okay, he rules Latveria with an iron fist, and like you have like a lot of freaking sensor control and shit. But at the end of the day, everyone has healthcare, everyone has a home, everyone has a job, everyone's making a living. No one goes hungry in Latveria. No one goes homeless in Latveria. He demands excellence from all his citizens. The only thing he is really boned up about is Reed Richards.
Yeah.
Richard.
But think about it.
Sometimes it is like still go with my choice of Zerg on the grounds that he will give me 6 cybernetics. About that transhumanism.
Yeah, we know your ongoing desire to become a cyborg.
Listen, man, if all I have to do is become a cyborg and spread terror throughout the galaxy, yeah, I'm kind of fucking down with that.
Okay, but
So, Revengeance, then Senator Armstrong.
well, wait.
There.
If you achieve becoming a cyborg, Juancho, what would be his caveat? What would be his trade-off?
No, I don't fucking know. Angel, you tell us.
Usually, the trade-off is always the same. You work for Zerg, you do your job.
Oh, what do you call it? Geeks Five Ever. I gotta go. I'm doing a live stream as well. All right, dudes. We'll check you later. Thank you for stopping by.
Please take it. That's it. You work for him. You get a 6 cyber body. Well, I suppose the worst part is that I get my ass kicked by Boss Lightyear every 5 minutes.
Right?
I suppose there could be worse things to do, like getting my ass kicked by Boss Lightyear. I'd be like, hey, I survived Boss Lightyear. Fucking awesome.
Right?
Seriously, you guys need to rewatch that. You ever seen Boss Lightyear Star Command?
I have. Yes.
God, that show was so good.
It was really.
It was
good.
so
I
much
liked
fun.
it.
Let's go back about the things people care about. Let's go talk about Fortnite.
Yes. Let's get back to Fortnite.
I don't care about Fortnite.
I know you don't care, but we gotta. It's
I know,
news.
I know.
A bit of backstory here. As you know, it's being created by the Epic Store, which has gotten some really bad shit because just like TikTok, it's
Epic
also
Games.
managed by Tencent, which is in China. As a result, their practices are
Dubious.
dubiously.
What are you doing, Jose?
Like a question mark in the background. So anyway, Tencent struck a deal.
Oh, Popcorn Planet. What up, dudes? Dude! Andy Signal is actually watching us right now on the stream. Hey, howdy, man.
Hey, the birthday boy or man, person.
How you doing, man?
Thank you for joining us, my dude. I am sad that I never had a chance to talk to you in person, but I hope that whatever content we're throwing out here, you enjoy.
All right, appreciate it, man. He's saying can't stay, but sending love. Hope y'all call in to say hi tonight. We'll definitely hop in on your stream and crash your party a little bit. That's going to be 10 p.m. Eastern time, so an hour after we're done.
Indeed. The three of us are known for gate crashing.
Indeed. Just ask that gate that we crashed. Oh, wait, you can't. It's crashed.
Oh!
All right. Good to see you guys. Thanks for the love.
Still sending me invoices. I'm not going to answer any of them.
No, for real. Popcorn Planet saying, good to see you guys. Thanks for the love. Absolutely no problem. I will cheers to you. Oh, I still have some in my cup, so cheers to you.
Yeah, cheers to him again. You got to make up for that drink you just took after that bullshit.
All right, I drank. Angel's drinking his Clamato. You drink up. So,
The first one I enjoyed like it is. It's actually way better than I expected. Anyway.
I know. So yeah, thanks, fellas. Yep.
Fortnite.
All right, so yes, please, back to the Fortnite news. Peace, man. We'll check you later, Andy. Thank you for stopping by.
So that little backstory. As you know, Fortnite being the monster of popularity that makes billions a year, even with its waning popularity, is still incredibly popular.
I know, can you believe that?
Yeah, from what I read, the balance of the game is going to shit, so the popularity is dwindling down, but it's strong enough that Ninja going back to streaming in Twitch is considered important news. Anyways, they made a deal with Apple to put Fortnite in the mobile phone. Simple enough. You know, it's the deal that Apple makes with everybody else. We provide you the platform, the support, and pretty much the structure to put your show in there, and you give us 30%. For a company that makes so much fucking money as Epic with Fortnite, 30% shouldn't be that much of a big deal.
Like, numerically speaking, as far as that goes, it's not that big of a deal because you have to remember that putting it up on the Apple Store, that's only one of the platforms where you can get it on. People can still play it on their Android phones. They can still play it on their tablets, on their PCs, on their gaming laptops, whatever. You could still play. I'll bet you if they still had Windows phones out there, you could probably get Fortnite on it somehow. But
that thing is like the Skyrim of free to play. That motherfucker will be an analyst if they could.
Yeah, I know.
The
Remember Gamer Comic Expo 2 years ago when we saw a huge Fortnite tournament?
Oh yeah.
But that
thing took like 80% of the space of the whole room.
more like 30% of the space. No, but no.
But go on, Angel.
Long story short, Apple gets 30%, they get to stream, everything is okay, freaking dory. And then we find out that it was not. See, it turns out that Fortnite, or rather the Epic Store itself, decided that it was time to cut out the middleman, and without telling Apple, they were putting in-place purchases inside the game itself to, for lack of a better term, bypass the middleman and screw them over. And the second Apple found out,
They pimp slapped them all. Yeah, I remember that.
so hard, it disappeared from the store forever. You cannot find it on Google Play, and you cannot find it on the Apple Store. It's gone. Delete.
Wait, no. You mean it's off of all mobile platforms, including Android?
the
How?
majority of the ones that I had to deal with. Essentially, anything that was connected with Apple and Google to an extent, apparently, get out.
Well, shit.
Wow.
So much for gamers playing on iPads and iPhones.
You know,
Mobile basically ceased
I
to exist.
I was just about to care about Fortnite long enough to consider maybe possibly entertain the option of the opportunity to perhaps eventually in the near future in an unrecorded day to think about possibly downloading it maybe. Ha!
No, deny it. But see, here's not where it gets stupid. Where it gets stupid is the fact that Epic's, I have to say Fortnite. Fortnite is the game.
Epic Games, yeah.
Games apparently at some point decided that somehow this was not their fault. No, it is the children who are wrong. So
Of
they decided
course.
to essentially frame things as if Google in particular screw them over. They released a commercial which is a shot-by-shot imitation of the trailer from 1984, essentially painting themselves as the unsung heroes of the masses, which basically reeks of corporate bullshit to me. They are essentially trying to paint everyone else as the bad guy, even though they broke the terms of the contract they signed and they agreed to. So the consequences of their actions, they are being treated as a punishment, and the fact that they're using that commercial on an audience of children who are too young to even know what it means. Oh, and the fact that they had this commercial on lawsuit ready means one thing: they were trying to do this a long time ago. And the second they got cut loose, like the fucking disease that they are, they decided to play the part of their wounded victim and rally their army of dumbass teenagers to fight for them. There's already people online defending them. Listen, I'll be the first one to admit that I don't care for Apple's practices, but it's pretty clear that this is nothing more than a shit-flinging contest between two billionaire companies tossing money at each other, except one of them is clearly in the wrong. Now, listen to me and
So
tell me
they
this
were
is
wanting
not-
to get rid of
Hey,
Fortnite.
no,
and they,
let Angel finish over here. He's got a train of thought.
Tell me if this doesn't sound like the dumbest shit you ever heard today. The company of Epic only has Fortnite. They have other games, so let's be honest, no one cares. The only thing they have is Fortnite. Apple can survive without Fortnite. Google, they can survive without Fortnite. These guys purposely screw themselves out of the mobile market, which is incredibly lucrative, and now they're planning to sue Apple and Google over this. Can you imagine being so arrogant you think you can win a lawsuit against Google? They have more lawyers than we have soldiers in the army.
They've got, like, you have to understand, Apple was part of the companies until it split out from Microsoft and all that stuff. It was part of one of the first companies that creates some of the source code that lets us watch our freaking, like, anime porn and crazy shit to begin with. They own a piece of your soul. You think that you know about coding? You learned it from them. You bow to them.
okay, so
As stupid as you bow to Apple.
before
Bow
I
to
lose my
Apple.
train of thought by both of you, Juan.
Bow.
So
Wow, wow,
Apple. So if I'm trying to follow you along, Angel, like, hey, give me credit for trying. It's not easy because you talk so fast. So Apple was looking to try to get rid of Epic Games, to get rid of their connection with Fortnite, and they just happened to be at the right place and time to do it.
No, it's the other way around. Epic has
Okay.
been planning to bypass Apple's 30% rule for a long time, and the moment that the consequences of their actions slapped them down, they already had the commercial and the lawsuit ready, because that shit got done way too fast.
Okay, thank you.
Second
Again,
after they
give me
got
credit. I
this
did try.
fire, Bang, immediately. And I'm like, this smells like bullshit to me. And lo and behold, bullshit it was. So now we have Epic thinking that they're so arrogant they can tell Google what to do.
Yeah. Oh, no.
The last piece of news I have is a relatively small piece, which one I can close off my little segment here. As you know, we are approaching the last vestiges of the beginning of the zenith of another console war.
Yes.
Consoles are getting ready for the big fights, and of course the prices haven't been released yet, because we know the second one console releases the price, the other one is going to try to match it or fuck with them because of it.
Yeah.
So, as of now, I can say with complete confidence that Sony and Nintendo can tell their marketing teams to take the rest of the day off, because Xbox just put a gun to its testicle sack and pulled the trigger as hard as they could. Halo Infinite has been delayed until 2021.
I was going to mention that on the third final portion. Yes, for all the Halo fans out there that care about this game, not me. Yes, Halo Infinite has been delayed until 2021.
Oh dear God.
And now the Xbox franchise has little, if anything, to offer because their biggest title has been shuffled into the next year. Which means right now it's time to see which one of the companies will do anything at all. Because at this point it is perfect time for Sony or for Nintendo to come in and essentially steal the big bait. As of now, Sony clinched it pretty hard by releasing Ghost of Tsushima, which has received critical acclaim and is selling like fucking hotcakes, made entirely out of the hotcakes.
Yeah.
Nintendo is doing pretty well with Animal Crossing.
Like, Nintendo's Nintendo. That's the beautiful part about it. Like, they don't have to, like, reinvent the wheel.
Just need to exist.
No, like, they don't need to reinvent the wheel. All they're doing is they're taking the wheel and they're putting it into a device that clones it into 3 more wheels. Then they put those wheels on the body of a golf cart, and then they put Mario and Luigi riding shotgun on the golf cart, and they ride on the goddamn Rainbow Road, yeeting out fucking shells at your ass for fun. Why? Because they can.
You know what the problem is with Xbox and Microsoft in general?
What?
They came in when the race was already halfway run. By the time the Xbox got introduced into the race, PlayStation and Nintendo already had a huge lead on top of them. The fact that they managed to land it so hard with Halo is nothing short of a miracle. But you guys notice that every year it feels like Xbox needs to try harder than everyone else just to keep up.
I noticed that, yeah, and it's like,
I don't hate the Xbox. I'm cool with it.
Like, it's-
for a while, but it feels like every time the new consoles come out or the new Xbox comes out, Xbox is always like, it feels like it's like 1 centimeter behind everyone else.
like, one thing that I noticed over here, like, the one really big success, if you can call it that, that the Xbox managed to do was usurp the place of the Sega Dreamcast when it came out. If you notice that, like, once the Xbox was announced, the Sega Dreamcast dropped like a freaking ton of bricks. It went the way of the dodo, and Sega wound up being absorbed into the Nintendo family as its own brand and publishing brand instead of putting out hardware anymore. You notice that, right? Like, for the longest time, the console war was Nintendo and Sega with a little Atari. Then Atari dropped away, and then we had the Sony PlayStation, and then we have Nintendo, Sega, and Sony coming out. Then fucking Microsoft shows up, Bill Gates money right behind it, boom! Slapped its gigantic Bill Gates-sized money penis at it, and said, hey, here's the Xbox. Yes, big floppy green diddly dong, and said, hey, here is the Xbox. And then Sega's like, oh, okay, I don't even want this no more.
All right,
What is this? It's Halo. What's Halo? It's Doom guy. But like serious though.
but serious and
It's
with
Doom, but really serious.
it's Doom without hell.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah, well, as you know, Nintendo has staying power because it has mascots that have survived the test of time.
Yeah, you...
Sony has slightly less staying power time, but it has the PlayStation, which is just like the fucking granddaddy.
It's got more of the brand of the technical advancements. If you remember, it was like first, okay, the PlayStation has like it reads off of CD discs. Oh, Sega Dreamcast is coming out, and they do this too. But Sony, you know, they're at the forefront of entertainment. They gave us the Walkman, they gave us Laserdiscs, so you know that their gaming entertainment is top of line. Well, this can't possibly get better. Oh yeah, check out the PlayStation 2, and that bitch has got DVD playback, it's got USB capability, it's got a port for future high definition that we don't even know what the hell that is, but we've got it.
compatibility that everybody will be asking for the next 20 years.
But
Now,
wait a
I
minute.
hate to interrupt you guys stroking the PlayStation dick here, but I did actually pull up more. I pulled up more information on the delay according to EssentiallySports.com. So yes,
Yep.
fans aren't the only ones disappointed over the
Live research, folks. Another great feature of the Ravensflock.
Can I?
Yeah, duh.
Fans aren't the only ones disappointed over the news. Apparently, Microsoft Executive Vice President Phil Spencer himself revealed that he is not happy with what went down during an Animal Crossing stream with Gary Whitta. We are disappointed. We know it was something people were looking forward to this year, but we are also incredibly committed to delivering a great game, and I think that's the best thing out there.
Allow me to give you a translation. Our presentation was mocked so thoroughly by the entire internet that it cost me my entire CEO bonus, and as a result, several people have gotten fired. I hope they burn to death. When it's done.
There's more. 343 Industries, the guys behind the production of the Halo
You
game.
mean the Microsoft studio that Microsoft made for Microsoft to own Halo and not actually have by Bungie, who gave it a plot?
343 Industries.
Remind me of their loss. It still hurts.
Guys, 343 Industries did mention many reasons for the delay. They wanted to make some critical changes to make the game better optimized. The current COVID-19 pandemic also had some role to play in the decision.
Don't, like, guys, we're already shut-ins. We're already, like, code monkeys are already, like, isolated from the human world. Like, we're not worried about the goddamn virus. Okay, you want to know what they need to have more optimization on? the lore and the story that people have come to know and love about the Halo franchise. There are novels. There are comics.
There was a podcast series that you introduced me to.
The Hunt the Truth podcast they did for Halo 5. Like, and I showed it to you, Angel. The beautiful podcast from the point of view of a side character they made for comics. Why not integrate some of that beautiful lore that they create as a more pronounced part of the franchise?
A lot of that podcast was genuinely more interesting than the story of 5 with like Christoph Cortana and her goddamn simp guardian man.
I don't know, man.
The Warden Eternal.
I just started the game.
The simp eternal.
Ha!
Well, I just started the game, and so far, I'm liking it. I'm in the beginning stages, so I'm trying to work my way through.
I really hope you enjoy it, but I feel like Halo 5 is the Sword Art Online of Halo.
It is.
It starts kind of good, and then slowly begins to get crappier and crappier.
Like, you...
And eventually you're left wondering, this is what I spent $60 for?
Like
Really, man?
the trailers and everything that leads up to it, we were imagining that there was gonna be stuff like in the trailer. Wasn't there like the two-sided trailer of Hail the Conquering Hero?
Yeah.
You remember?
Really a really good advertisement.
Like it was one with like what's it called? Like Master Chief actually chewing out the new Spartan lock, and he's like backing into a statue or whatever, and he's like, "I've got a job to do. You can't stop me. No one can, and you're gonna pay for it." It was like intense, like, oh shit, Chief, what have they done to you? And the flip side of that with a Spartan Locke, like say, like, Hail the Conquering Hero, Master Chief, we stood for you, we elevated you, and this is how you repay the people. I will make you pay for how you betray us all. There was this giant.
So can you imagine a genuinely good first-person shooter boss fight between
He had the fucking ODST character, motherfucker, Spartan Buck, Nathan Fillion. How the hell do you go wrong without pronouncing Nathan Fillion in there? He writes himself. Man. Yes.
that series of animated stories you show me about the
Halo Legends.
The Halo Legends. It's basically like the Animatrix.
Even the Dragon Ball Z parody would have been better.
Ah.
Man.
Like,
I'm Spartan 1337.
oh, that was so stupid. But like the point of this is that they could have integrated the thematic elements of their ad campaigns, this stuff, and actually integrate it a little bit more pronounced fashion in the main story instead of it just being an ancillary thing. Have it actually freaking connect. This is why Microsoft, you need to actually fucking... Okay, this is another case of I'm going to give free advice when I should be charging money. You need to integrate these ad companies that you use to produce this content, because these podcasts, they were created by an advertising agency that they contracted out to, and they did a fucking good job. They got Kobe Smulders in there as fucking one of the characters. You had Keegan-Michael Key was the journalist on there. The chick who was in the Star Wars Battlefront 2, she was on there in the freaking second season and shit. You had good elements. And with Microsoft's big dick energy money, they can flop it on the table, Michael Bay style, and you can integrate that shit as part of the story. Nothing stopping you except the desire to succeed, which apparently they don't got.
Unwittingly, I think Sony may have pulled ahead on this one.
Comme ça, how so?
Because they did, before this was announced, before Halo Infinite got delayed, Sony managed to capture our hearts and minds once more by reminding us that their classic mascot, Crash Bandicoot, will be coming back soon in the fall.
Yeah, I love Crash Bandicoot, man.
It looks genuinely beautiful, and I'm like, you know what? If this game plays as good as it looks, oh, by the way, they introduced the fact that you can play as one of the bosses. Remember?
Really?
Yeah, I remember.
Holy crap.
He plays his flamethrower for like a suction machine like Luigi, and he can attack with
That is so cool.
Nice change, and I'm like, okay, so Sony's fucking banging it out of the park, and the fact that the gameplay for the trailer of Halo, I was gonna say Xbox Infinite, Jesus fuck.
No, you're fine. Go on.
The trailer for Halo Infinite, I won't lie, the gameplay looked kind of good, but the image of that poor gray alien will be forever mimetically embedded into my brain for the rest of my life. His name is Craig, by the way.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
And the development team was making jokes like, yeah, haha, we love Craig, but you can tell that in the background there was a supervisor going, I can't believe you fucked this up so bad. This is supposed to be a next generation console, and he looks like the gorilla in the back of the goddamn cereal box.
Oh no! Oh god, no!
Be upset.
Or we could still go on. Well, yeah, keep going.
Well, I got more here, but go on.
I
Yes.
will cap this off to segue into my next episode by recommending an anime title to you fellows.
Oh.
As you know, monster girls are top tier.
Ah, yes.
Girls are literally the best kind of girls, and I will physically and mentally and ideologically fight against anybody who tells otherwise. And I will win, because I know my words are true. But, unfortunately, many monster girl shows suffer from the pitfalls of harem anime, which is everybody is a shallow, one-note personality that exists only to orbit around the main character's dick. That's all well and good if you don't want anything interesting, but sometimes we don't want to be horny. Sometimes we just want to be happy. So I would like to highly recommend a show called Monster Girl Doctor. As you can imagine, it is the show of Dr. Glenn, professional physicist and just general practitioner who works in the city of, apparently the backstory is that there was a fight between monsters and people and eventually settled into peace. And every episode is about Dr. Glenn trying to cure a patient who, is the fact that he mixes this
Whoop.
with a genuinely
I think I might have done something here. Oh, no, we're good.
Okay, I thought you broke something when I was trying to
Nope.
do my exposition there.
Nope, we're good.
So, yeah,
Yep.
we got a show with surprisingly solid plot, fun characters, actually somewhat accurate medical knowledge bearing like species, and a main character that doesn't have the personality of a blank sheet of paper.
Nice.
Yeah, no, like I actually learned a little bit about that. If I'm not mistaken, they got picked up for English distribution.
Yay!
Hold,
Totally happy.
like I.
So there's my recommendation to the fellow Anons for watching.
By the way, Angel, temporary segue. From last week's discussion, since you weren't there, what are your thoughts about Has Been Hotel being picked up by A24 Studios and being aired on national television?
I won't lie to you, I was hoping for a hell of a boss to make it there first, but this is her passion project, so I am really happy, and I would like to thank my congratulations to the creator, Busy Pop, that's her name, right?
Yes, Visipop. Vivien Medrano. Yep.
It reminds me of like a bottle of soda, I want to drink it.
Yes, we all
I
do.
would like to give you our sincerest congratulations, and I really, really do hope that show goes, and you know what else I hope? I hope your show triggers every single SJW in the sick, twisted depths of Twitter. These people are doing a shit fit over the fact that short girls with big tits exist. I want your show to make them bleed tears of blood.
Wow.
Impotent, sad, pitiful helplessness, that their screams of cancellation, and please think of the children, makes them look like the pearl-clutching, handkerchief-fighting 1960s soccer bitches that they have turned into. Because they are ugly on the inside and most likely on the outside. Let's be honest, people.
Very likely on the outside.
There is only one reason why people are angry at Uzaki-chan, and that's because she's pretty and they're not.
Oh, hey, Adelinda, our friend Adelinda Dragon Queen, she's on the YouTube chat. Squawk, squawk. Hey there.
Thanks for squawking.
Thanks. Also, like since you brought up Monster Girl Doctor, I'm letting you know that the English cast dub brought to you by Crunchyroll, which I'm gonna get to in a minute. Let's see here. Griffin Poitou as Dr. Glenn Litbelt. Let's see. You're looking these guys up. Okay. Julia McIlvain as Tisa Scythia. Ryan Bartley as Lulala Haney.
Heine.
I think it's Heine.
I think it's Heine.
And the miraculous ladybug herself, Miss Christina V, as 17 Nikes.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah.
Yes. For
Yo,
all the miraculous Ladybug fans out there.
If you don't believe me, hang on. I'm gonna
Yeah, go ahead.
and actually, I'm gonna show the stream. You're not gonna see this probably.
Hold on, I'm looking this up right now as we speak. I need to find who these people are and what they do.
All right.
Everybody stay on the line with me. So, Griffin Poitou, he apparently used to work in film before he did the voice acting thing. He's
Yep.
known as Jericho and Joseph from the Deathstroke movie, Hop from Twilight Wins, Lewis from Beast Wars, and Cavalier Mortimer Drake from DC Superhero Girls. He worked in Cyber Threat, Zodiac Axis, Fairy Tail Forest, Otome shows of all things, BNA. He's a bunch of additional voices from the Final Fantasy VII remake, and...
Nice.
Wow, this dude has actually been around a lot of anime, like a ton of anime. Holy shit. Most of it I don't recognize, unfortunately. Well, yeah, no, he's been around. What? Jesus, his list is long.
Haha.
Fire Emblem.
Well,
Oh, he's a bunch of additional voices in One Punch Man too. So hey, there you go.
All right. right?
Well, just a segue because we do have to move along. On the subject of awesome animes and shows,
But as reported by
comicbook.resources.com.
comicbook.resources.com.
Yes, this was reported on August 10th. Japan's top studios combined to launch a YouTube channel to stream free anime. The teams behind Dragon Ball and Attack on Titan are massive, but that doesn't mean they got everything right. Toei Animation has shared a problem with Kodansha for years now, and that issue is theft. Time and again, these studios have found themselves targeted by illegal websites that stream unlicensed anime, and that is why the pair are teaming up with other brands to create a YouTube channel to offset those sites. Now,
Holy shit!
according to Variety,
Meanwhile, at Crunchyroll,
I know.
they just got the fucking rights for this anime for Monster Girl Doctor, and meanwhile,
I know, right? According to Variety, the trade confirmed a new YouTube channel is being worked on by some of anime's biggest studios: Toei Animation, Kodansha, Nippon Animation, Nippon Animation, and a few more have agreed to back the channel. The page, which will be called Anime Log, aims to post free content for fans to watch with official subtitles so that they aren't forced to torrent episodes.
So, if you recall, Angel, you were about to bring up the tragedy of one of the oldest, shall we say, not very dubiously legally allowed website, kissanime.ru, has been delete!
Rendered
Obsolete!
Okay, now, let's get serious, boys. Kiss Anime, and to a lesser extent, Kiss Manga, has been around for years. And
It's how I got my smut.
Exactly. Now, we understand. The companies are, unfortunately, 100% right on doing this. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm also not saying that if you have a VPN and check the website on a different market, but I'm not saying a lot of things.
Yeah, there's a lot of things we don't say.
I understand they can do it, and I understand it's 100% the right to do it. But please understand, from the point of view of the average Western consumer, anime is a wonderful thing, but the distribution of anime is ass. The anime industry is extremely expensive, so they make their money out of selling incredibly goddamn expensive Blu-ray DVD sets.
Like, you've got
Those things are hundreds of dollars.
You got to remember something very important. Funimation and Crunchyroll, these guys are at the forefront of being able to get English dubs almost right away for some of these animes, but they have to get licensed with that. They have to go through an international, like, fucking Pokeball worth of red tape all over. And the only thing that they have in order to cut this red tape is a spoon. And not even a good spoon. A cheap plastic spoon that you get at the dollar store that breaks if you look at it wrong. That kind of spoon. So you've got, like the only reason why we've got Funimation, why we've got Crunchyroll getting up in front of this shit and being able to put out the content that they do is because they have to pay out the ass. Which is why their subscriptions are pricey as fuck.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, and there's also the other fact that ultimately, as the good work our dub actors are doing, I will never look down on that. Thank you, all of you, for all your work. Ultimately, we only have so many actors and we only have so many licenses. There is hundreds of extraordinary anime shows that never got sold. There is hundreds of shows that never even made it outside of Japan to go overseas. And we gotta find a way to watch that shit.
Right.
So all we have to rely on what we have to. I mean, let's be honest. This anime may be gone, but this doesn't do anything for the hundreds of other anime streaming sites that are floating on the internet. And I know for a fact the company is gonna waste time to cancel every single one of them. So here's what I'm thinking, and this is just a humble hypothesis.
Of course.
They were working on this YouTube idea for a long time. Let's be honest. There is nothing stopping these companies from dropping a strike on Kiss Anime the second it was made. There was nothing stopping them at any point. How many years has Kiss Anime been working?
What day is it today?
Today is Saturday.
It's been working for at least the last 15 years.
Yeah.
15 years.
At least.
At any point, that's a decade and a half, dude. That's a lot of profit lost. At any point, the Japanese companies could have showed up in there, slapped a lawsuit on that table, and that site would have forced to shut down. But they let it be. Because they knew that even though they were losing money, that site was raising awareness. But now, anime is at an all-time high. It is mainstream. Anime movies are showing up on American theaters and racketing some good cash. Go ask Broly. Oh wait, you can't. He blew up the planet. Anyway, case is, anime has become mainstream enough, popular enough, and well known enough that Japanese companies can now get together, make a YouTube channel, and say, okay, that thing over there, that was good, but that's illegal. It's gotta go. I believe that they saw those channels as a necessary evil because there was no other way to get their shit over here. But now that it's here, they can do it. And it pains me to say it because I really did like that website, but I understand why it has to go. And as long as they put as much content on that YouTube channel as they have on Kiss Anime, I want to see every single goddamn series I ever saw there.
All right, I made a mistake. Apparently, according to the domain name registration, Kiss Anime has been around since October 25th of 2012. So this year would have been 8 years old.
8 years. But that's still a long time.
That's still a very long time for any company to turn a blind eye to you when you're purposely siphoning money from their existence. So, the way I see it, if their YouTube channel has as much content as Kiss Anime and continuously updates with new content, I'm willing to do the one thing I never do on YouTube.
Pay.
I'm willing to actually disable my ad block.
Really?
Really?
Damn, that's saying a lot coming from you, dude. I was going to...
Put some of those wacky Japanese commercials in there. I want to see some of that shit.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
Like what this reminds me of is something that I really wish we could address more directly when it comes to conventions. If you remember, there was one convention we went to. I don't remember the name. It was a smaller convention, and one of the tables set up in the dealer's room was nothing but bootlegs off of Netflix.
Wait, what year?
I think it was last year. I don't remember. But
Bootleg? Let me tell you something about bootleg.
like,
You guys know Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds?
yeah,
Do you know that the last season never got dubbed?
Really?
yeah, I knew that.
I didn't know.
And the season before that one got butchered all to hell. So guess how I found out what Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds was?
Bootlegged.
Bootlegged.
Yep.
I have an entire torrent of that thing in the back of my computer.
Oh, you
Of
better
course.
hope you don't get flagged for it.
See, here's the thing: all he's doing is possessing it. He's not distributing.
Okay, because I'm just saying, man.
I ultimately only got it because I went to Kiss Anime and I watched the rest of it and then I downloaded it.
It's a damn shame. It really is. Like, I wish to God that we could have been able to take advantage of it more. Or at least find a way to integrate. Because like look at it this way: you've got a torrent site operating. Why not try to find a way to use Angel's favorite mechanism of society, use capitalism, actually have these companies come in and say, hey, that's an awful nice distribution system you have there. Well, it'd be a major shame if somebody bought you out.
Normally I agree with you, but this is the other extreme of each living capitalismus. When you get big enough, you don't need a middleman. That's when the YouTube channel is being made.
I suppose you're right.
It got big enough that they can talk to their investors and go, if we put it here, people will watch it. And they are like, okay, let's do it.
And I suppose it actually comes up right on the heels of something that we just picked up on earlier today.
Breaking news!
Yep, this is breaking news as of when the fuck was this put up?
This
Hold
was
on.
put up 16 hours ago
Okay.
by Anna Radio Plus. Apparently, Japan has revised their copyright law. What will happen
Effective
on January 2021? You can now face legal charges for downloading illegal, uploading, or pirated manga, magazines, and academic works such as anime, films, art, scripts, visuals, etc., providing or pasting hyperlinks/links to pirated media, and operating leech sites and apps that uploads or distributes illegal and pirated media.
Oh, the glasses came off, folks. This is serious.
Yeah, this is serious. Penalties for repeat offenders of illegal downloads will be up to 2 years in jail or a maximum fine of 2 million yen, which translates you to about $18,274 in the U.S., or both. Penalties for those operating leech sites include up to 5 years in jail or a maximum of, for the U.S., $45,686,000.
Suddenly, I'm getting flashbacks to the last Pirates of the Caribbean movie where the Age of Piracy is coming to an end.
Yeah, you mean the third one, because the last one's like a fifth one, but that one doesn't kind of count.
Now here's the thing. You will not face legal charges for downloading of a few frames from a manga of several dozen pages or more, or posting photographs where the manga is not the focus of the
So those are okay.
Exceptions stated in the universal copyright law and fair use.
How ironic. Dragon Ball The Abridged series becomes legal after it ends.
Oh my god!
First, we're supposed to make the whole saga.
God damn it! But
That irony hurts as much as Vegeta getting kicked in the balls.
it keeps getting me in the dick. Why does it keep getting me in the dick? I felt
Sorry,
like
Angel. I'm afraid your bootleg days are at an end, my friend, or will
That
be
is
coming
totally
to an end.
unfortunate, but as long as I can get my... You know what? If watching that YouTube channel means that I get to see my favorite animes, and they get their money, which means that they get rewarded for their work, which they do deserve. I mean, let's be honest. Making anime and animation in general is extremely fucking hard work.
if nothing else, for the animators, for the voice actors, for the talent, for their sake.
For the people, yeah, at least for the people who are basically dying under Japan's insane working conditions to bring me that amazing scene of a robot punching another robot so hard the nearby building exploded. Nico was fucking amazing, and I still don't know what the fuck happened.
I was gonna say, if you want
No
to
one
watch
knows.
robots beating each other up with buildings exploding, why don't you just put on Power Rangers?
Ha!
Because that was robots piloted by Super Sentai fighting giant monsters.
You know what? How about they make another channel for Super Sentai? They have a
That'd be fun.
They have a shit ton of Kamen Rider is still barely known in the States. Bring Kamen Rider over here. We could use something good on TV. Anyway.
Hang on a minute, we
Right.
got a comment here from.
Adelinda, cue evil mustache twirling an evil laugh.
Look again. Your villain sits in a dream castle, thinking of ways to take over the world. Look down, look up. You're sitting on a soft velvet throne, surrounded by the stolen riches and ill-gotten goods. Look again. The riches are all diamonds. Everything is possible when you experience the intense, delicious flavor of Raven's flock.
We are the Ravens flock, and we taste better than you.
Adelinda, you guys are great. Thank you, Adelinda. We love you.
Of course,
We miss
We
you.
do our best. We do our best. Although we ought to charge for our entertainment.
I wish, but you know what? We can't charge you guys. No.
In the words of Kung Fu Panda, there is no charge for greatness.
Or attractiveness.
I like that. You know.
Yes,
what
you're right.
This is a bittersweet feeling. On one hand, yes, it is a shame. It's gone. I'm gonna miss it. It's gone. But if, and I mean, this is somewhat of a big if that channel can provide the same content, then it is in the right, and we genuinely have no right to complain about this. We basically got a free ride on the love train for 8 years, bro. This was Ticket to Ride. Dirty deeds don't do to cheap girls. Still
Indeed.
won't you come anytime soon. But anyway, it was the gravy train, and we ran out of biscuits. It had to end eventually. I'm not gonna feel sad because it's gone. I'm going to smile because it happened, and I'm going to, against my own judgment, hope that this new service can provide me the material that I want.
Absolutely. Personally speaking.
That's my 2 cents.
Yeah, no. Personally speaking, I knew that this was going to happen someday. I didn't know. Like, I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner.
Right? Like, remember freaking, what's it called? What was it, Kiwi Box? No, that was a different side. What was the other one?
Angel, no, not Angel Fire.
What was the name of that one? There was uTorrent, and there was a... No, not Napster.
uTorrent is still around.
No, well, there was another one. It had like a Kiwi or something, or LimeWire. Jesus.
Yeah, man,
Like-
we're old.
And let me tell you, when I downloaded that code, and it was just a fat woman getting railed on by a horse.
What? That's not the Matrix.
No, you sure? I woke up to a dream into a horrible reality that I never wanted to know about.
All right.
Okay.
Regardless.
Essential Matrix experience right there.
Regardless.
Wow.
Much like the XFL that was.
You mean,
Whoa.
Whoa. So yeah, my thoughts. I am holding on to a little bit of hope, but at the same time, I'm not setting my expectations too high because, as mentioned earlier, there are other avenues, other outlets to where we can watch good anime, such as Netflix, and if we're lucky, maybe someday, maybe not, Disney Plus, but mainly Netflix.
Yeah, like it would need to be like At this point, like, yeah, I'm fine with us getting like the good quality of it and being able to watch this stuff, as long as there's enough competition in these amongst these streaming platforms and all these like YouTube channels where they're actually bringing it out and competing, not so much in, oh hey, we're charging the most, but more like, can you produce the best quality of content for us to consume? Because if it's good, we'll shill for it.
Yeah, if they can, we'll shill for it. You've earned my vote. I will watch.
Right?
Demand will always be there.
So I'm hoping.
Not keep the supply, they'll get it somewhere else.
Yes. So the best way for me to say is that I'm being cautiously optimistic.
And
Your thoughts?
I think I could speak for us all here when I say this sounds fun.
Are you telling me that fun as a form of expression of the self could, perhaps, although the notifications of law, be allowed?
If I can find fun for an alternative football league, then yes, we can find fun for an alternative avenue to watch some of our favorite anime.
So, putting it succinctly, yes, fun is allowed.
Honestly, if they really put those wacky-ass Japanese commercials, you will have guaranteed that 100% I'm going to watch that.
I'll look at that.
I'm gonna make a T-shirt that says "Fun is allowed" and people are gonna buy it.
You know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and do it.
All I have, your tears.
Oh yeah, Atlanta. LimeWire lost a laptop to a virus from them. I did. Yeah, like those were the good old days, but like, it's like those were the good old days. But like this gives us a way to be able to enjoy the shit that we were trying to download without losing laptops and viruses and
All
shit.
right. Well, we've reached 9 o'clock.
Unpleasant new fetishes that somehow exist in this world.
Right.
Yeah. Well, we're now at 9 o'clock. I'm afraid this wraps up this episode. Just a few announcements I want to make before
Real quick.
Alexis Waypoint.
Yeah.
So just as a reminder for those watching, my live stream of the Wednesday Night War next week will not take place due to scheduling conflicts with TNT, since they're airing basketball on Wednesday nights, and they're moving the next week's edition of Dynamite onto Saturday, August 22nd. But I will reveal further announcements on that at a later date. And
On our Instagram stuff.
On our Instagram, and I think that's the only announcement I have on my end. Oh yeah, next Saturday we will resume our original programming of Los
Amigos Play Live. Yes. So.
You're looking forward to some good old-fashioned ultra behind sets.
Yes, that thing. Yeah. So please definitely tune in to that, folks.
Absolutely, and I think that pretty much it. Juancho, go ahead and plug some.
Thank you very much, folks, for watching us on this live stream edition of the Ravens Flock Live simulcast on our Twitch channel and our YouTube channel. Thank you to everyone who came in on our comment sections to cheer us on or to join in on the conversation. We ask you to once again check out our setup here on the on our subscriptions. Please subscribe to us down here. Angel, go ahead and point to your left. Point to your left.
What?
No, your other left. Okay, your
Yes.
right. No, the other way. No.
The other way.
Only one other way. There.
There you
Point
go.
there. That is where our subscription button's going to be. That is where our follow button's going to be. Hit the notifications. Hit that button.
Absolutely.
Why do you want people to follow my mattress?
Maybe. What?
It's my bed. Fuck off. Mine.
All right, you know what? Folks, continue to follow us on Facebook.com. Whoop, hang on. Angel's in front of our thing. Here we go. Facebook.com/TheRavensFlock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/TheRavensFlock online, home of the Wednesday Night War. Search for our podcast, The Black Files, on Stitcher, SoundCloud, iTunes, and as a brand new announcement, folks, the Ravens Flock's podcast is now also available on Spotify. We're going to be updating so you can catch our whole library there, and please consider supporting the Ravens Flock on our Teespring store, teespring.com/store/TheRavensFlock.
We have merchandise available ranging from clothing to accessories, and we have prices that you cannot beat. And furthermore, we still have our promotion for free shipping and handling on all purchased items. If you type in FSHIP 2020, your shipping and handling is taken care of, free of charge.
And of course, our main two channels. Twitch.tv/TheRavensFlock online and YouTube.com/TheRavensFlock. Home of the Black Files, Los Amigos Play Live, and the Ravens Flock Live.
All right, folks. Well, thank you very much for tuning in. This has been the August 15th edition. We are the Ravens Flock, and we are out.
Until next time.